I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame, he couldn't. You know, like everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. You know.
Do you not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
Right now? No, how?
Yeah, he's right, dude. He's right.
How? You know, like he fought in one division. You know,
never unified the belts.
He unified.
Did unify?
You know, he unified.
Yeah, nah, he's nice as hell, but you know, I'm at the point of my career, the money right, I'll fight anybody, so.
Errol Spence and Terence Crawford recently had a heated exchange during an Instagram live session, with Spence making a bold claim that he would defeat Crawford in their upcoming rematch. The two fighters have always had a rematch clause in place for their undisputed World Welterweight Championship bout, which was part of their original agreement when they faced off. Unfortunately, Errol Spence didn't activate the rematch clause for reasons unknown, and Crawford eventually reached a point where he could no longer wait. However, after a recent controversial statement from Terence Crawford, the dormant competitive spirit in Spence has been awakened.
You know, he said the Jose Benavidez fight was probably the toughest fight of his career, and I think you said back in the day you had your way with him in sparring. Is there anything to take away from that, or that you take away from it?
Nah, not at all. I mean, it was a good fight. He fought a one-legged Jose Benavidez, and it was the toughest fight of his career. That says a lot.
What does it say?
The former unified welterweight champion is now eager to return to ring and prove himself against a man who handed him his first defeat. However, many boxing experts believe it's a risky move for Spence to face a more active Terence Crawford right away, without taking a tune-up fight to get back into the groove. Despite the concerns, Errol Spence has one clear goal: to defeat Crawford.
I'm walking over my feet. You know, I want to get out the game. I got kids, got a mom and dad, and you know, they want to enjoy me. So, you know.
The former world champion has found new motivation in Crawford's response, believing that a victory over Crawford would undoubtedly cement his Hall of Fame status. However, there's also a downside to consider. Spence, who has had his own issues to overcome, was thoroughly dominated by Crawford in their previous fight. If that was the outcome then, the situation could be even more challenging now, given Spence's extended inactivity. This all began when Terence "Bud" Crawford stated that he was unconvinced Errol Spence Jr.'s current accomplishments were enough to warrant induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Unified, you know, he unified. He had three. Yeah, the
but he didn't unify all four. He wasn't undisputed.
Huh?
He wasn't undisputed.
He wasn't. No, but what I'm saying is, they already called him a weight bully, right? He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury. You know, he beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
He fought a one-legged Jose Benavidez. So what do you think it's it?
Well, what is Terence's best victory for you?
Probably Gamboa.
Why do you say that?
Because I can't thank anybody else.
Did you say Postal? Was it
Gamboa.
No.
Gamboa.
Recently, was there another?
Spence, on the other hand, has not fought since Crawford stopped him in the 9th round of their highly anticipated super fight at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Marketed as a 50-50 contest, the fight saw Crawford dominate his biggest rival, knocking him down 3 times in a career-defining performance. Prior to that loss, Spence held 3 welterweight world titles and had an impressive resume, with victories over Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Dennis Yugas. Speaking on the Pound for Pound podcast with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, Crawford reflected on his rivalry with Spence, admitting that he had been a fan of Spence before their rivalry began, and still is.
Fandor, for his title, I'm fighting for a title, and there's a possibility. He win his fight, God willing. I win my fight, God willing, and there's a possibility right there.
When it got to the point where I moved up in weight and was in the same division as Spence, it was like, oh man, you ain't fought nobody, you this, you that. Now they're trying to downplay my achievements just to boost them up, Crawford said. I'm like, hey, you're not going to do that because I could retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He can't say the same. Everything I've accomplished, he's still trying to achieve. Co-host and former UFC champion Cameron Wussman interrupted, asking Crawford if he thought Spence would make the Hall of Fame. No, Crawford quickly replied. Fellow host and ex-UFC champion Henry Cejudo agreed, and Crawford continued. Spence stayed in one division. He unified. He had 3 belts, but he wasn't undisputed. What I'm saying is he beat Kell Brook after Brook came off a loss and an eye injury. He beat Sean Porter. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him, but honestly, I don't know if he makes it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades he has right now.
Is there ever a possibility where you would rematch Errol Spence? Or is he in a position where he needs to win again before that makes sense for you? The possibility is there.
Crawford, 41, solidified his future Hall of Fame status on July 29th, 2023, when he defeated Spence to become the undisputed welterweight champion. This victory marked the second time Bud claimed all 4 major belts in a weight class, having previously achieved the same feat at super lightweight against Julius Ndongo in July 2017. Since capturing his first world title at lightweight in 2014, Crawford has dominated across multiple divisions. Last August, he moved up to super welterweight and defeated Israel Madrimov to claim the World Boxing Association world title.
You know what I mean? That's a good win. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him or, you know,
I understand
things like that, but I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he didn't got right now.
Before that, the 35-year-old World Boxing Organization champion knocked Spence down 3 times, with the referee stepping in to stop the fight in the 9th round. This victory made Crawford the first fighter to win undisputed titles in 2 weight classes, as he stripped his fellow American of his World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association Super, and International Boxing Federation titles. I'm an overachiever. Nobody believed in me when I was coming up, Crawford said. Spence, 33, was undefeated in 28 fights heading into their Las Vegas showdown, marking his 8th consecutive world title bout.
You see there? He looked good. He showed a lot of patience, showed a lot of poise, broke him down, and was able to stop him at the end.
Everybody's wondering what's going on with you and Terence Crawford. This fight going to happen?
I think it's going to happen. We both want to fight. I want to fight. He wants to fight. And, it's going down to negotiations, so I definitely...
In his 18th consecutive championship bout, Crawford firmly claimed a spot as the world's best boxer, extending his win streak to 40 fights at the T-Mobile Arena. It means everything because of who I took the belts from, he said. They talked bad about me, and I kept praying to God for the opportunity to show the world how great I am. And tonight, I believe I showed that. While Spence has the option to activate an immediate rematch, Crawford expressed that he would be open to agreeing to a second fight.
Get the fight this year, and we're going to square off this year with the biggest fight in boxing.
It is the biggest fight in boxing. Where and when, if you were guessing?
I don't know where, I don't know when, but it's definitely going to be this year.
All right, we look forward to that. Thanks for taking the time, Errol.
Of course, the public will buy it, Crawford said. If the fight happens again, I'm pretty sure everyone will come out and show support for us. Despite being the unified champion, Spence made his entrance first. Crawford had won a coin toss at the news conference on Thursday, giving him the privilege of deciding who would occupy the champion spot. Dressed in black and white with red trim, Spence walked second for the first time since stopping Kell Brook to win his first world title in 2017. As the fighters made their way to the ring, it was clear that Crawford's fans outnumbered Spence's, and the T-Mobile Arena erupted when American rap superstar Eminem emerged from the smoke alongside Crawford, who was dressed in black with a fishnet draped over his shoulder.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main event of the evening. Brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world.
Crawford said a quick prayer before entering the ring, and the stage was set for one of the most intriguing boxing contests in the last 20 years. The opening round was tentative, with neither fighter willing to fully engage. In the second, Spence relied on his jab and found some success, but it soon became clear that Crawford was waiting for the perfect opportunity to land powerful counters. One of Crawford's shots whipped just centimeters past Spence's face, but moments later, he landed a clean counter 1-2 that dropped Spence as he advanced. Spence wobbled, but quickly regained his footing, and Crawford closed around with a strong right hand just before the bell.
Definitely, it was exciting. The whole build up to it and leading up to it too. So it's something that I wouldn't change for nothing. And I'm definitely open to the rematch, and hopefully it'll be at 154 pounds.
The speed and timing of Crawford caused moments of panic for Spence, who tried to press forward in the third round and assert himself. However, Crawford was too quick, consistently landing sharp counters. In the fourth, Spence was caught with an uppercut, then ducked right into several hooks from Crawford before absorbing a massive long left hand that sent blood flying from his nose. Crawford continued to pick Spence apart in the fifth, selecting his shots with precision and punishing his opponent with clean combinations. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss quality content like this. Until next time, peace